All right, everyone. So as you could see in our previous slide, today we are talking about sweet potatoes. And I have a sweet potato right here for us to check out in the video. So sweet potatoes are what we call a root vegetable. And so root vegetables are veggies that grow in the ground. So just like our regular potatoes, you actually have to dig them up out of the ground in order to harvest them. And you have to make sure that you scrub and wash them really good on the outside before we eat them, because you don't want all that dirt and germs and stuff when you're cooking with your sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes can come in all shapes and sizes. Typically they're either really long and skinny, or they're fat and round, kind of like our little guy here. And if you notice, they'll always have a sort of a taper or a point at one end of them. And that's actually the part of the sweet potato that is connected to the plant. And so when you pull the plant out of the ground, you'll have to snip this end off from the roots.
So Mr. Brady, can you tell us how that potato feels?
Sure. So the potato is actually very hard. I don't know if you can hear. Very hard when it's raw. And it is smooth and bumpy on the outside. There's lots of little divots and things that you can see when you look at one up close. And when you cook them, they start to actually get a little bit softer.
Awesome. Can you see any eyes on that potato, Mr. Brady?
There are no eyes growing on it yet, but you can kind of see where some are starting to form. Little dimples in the potato is where, if they're left alone, they will actually start to sprout little eyes to start regrowing another plant.
That's right, those slips.
Yeah.
That's right. So friends, I've gone ahead and I've cut my sweet potato in half, and here you can see just what it looks like on the inside, and you're going to be able to look at it when you've got it in your hand to taste it. The outside, like Mr. Brady said, is rough and bumpy. Some parts are a little bit smooth, but the inside is pretty smooth, and it's got a little bit of white and orange on the inside. It looks really pretty. And I think you're going to be surprised when you bite into it just how sweet it is. And it might even remind you of another root vegetable that you really, really like too. Does it remind you of another root vegetable, Mr. Brady?
One in particular. Which one are you thinking of?
I think the one I'm thinking of is orange. Is that the one you're thinking of?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right, so sweet potatoes are usually the size of regular white potatoes, and we can eat the skin as long as it's been scrubbed with water and a scrub brush. Make sure all that soil's off of it. We can grow them here in Maine, but most of them come from the state of North Carolina, and we can find them here in our grocery stores. We can find them at food cupboards. We can find them at farmers markets, different places, and they come fresh like this. They come frozen, and they come in cans. So when we eat them, they give our body some really, really good vitamins and minerals. They give us some vitamin A. So show me those goggles. I've got a big potato right here. Good job. And vitamin A helps with our eyesight, helps us to be able to see, especially in the dark. Throw up your shield. Another vitamin found in sweet potatoes is vitamin C, and vitamin C helps us stay healthy. It protects us from those germs. Rub your bellies, because one of the most important things also in sweet potatoes, oh good, Mr. Brady's rubbing his belly, you can't see mine, is fiber. And fiber helps our bellies digest the food, helps us make our bellies work properly. So sweet potatoes are really, really good food to eat. I hope you enjoy it.
So Mrs. Curtis, where can we put our sweet potatoes when we bring them home?
Great question, Mr. Brady. We can actually store our sweet potatoes in a very cool, dry, open area. You don't want to store them in your fridge, because if you store them in your fridge, they're going to make the inside, the center, really, really hard, and it won't taste very good. So you want to keep them out of your fridge, but in a cool, dry, open